sometimes they edit it out and sometimes they don't, because that's a thing.
That's
they
true.
do.
Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't.
I mean, I believe in the moon landing though, so.
I don't know. Have you seen the recording?
Yeah, but you see, they went to the moon and then they looked at the Earth and said it looked round. So yeah, it seems pretty fishy. Things aren't added up.
What shape do you think the Earth is?
Obviously, it's like one of those helix.
I mean,
like,
from what the Illuminati is.
No, you don't think it's in one of those.
It's
No.
a helix.
I mean, if the Illuminati has taught us anything, it should be a triangle.
It should be a triangle.
Why?
I don't know.
No, the Illuminati's gonna burn the atmosphere so that it like goes into a triangle shape.
Well, anyways, welcome to Baka-Talk, the only show on the internet where I'm still learning how to podcast.
What?
What? I guess that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, that is true.
So I'm joined by Ramen Cat,
Yo.
and I'm also joined by, I was about to call you Pyrolis, but you're not. You're
not Pyros.
Wheeze.
I'm Wheeze.
For some reason, when you looked at it in my brain, just like it happened the other day at work, was like, he's going to call him the Asgardian.
What?
My brain has just been autofilling with the most random crap.
You
ever.
still need to get tested for autism.
Yeah, no, I'm
More
Wheeze.
like, I think, like hyper ADHD with a dash of paranoia.
Dash. That's funny. Anyways, how you guys doing this week?
Tired.
Why?
You
You know, we're ending the podcast now and you're going to go home and go to bed.
Yes, that's the plan.
Yes.
Like right now,
Yes.
right this second.
Yeah.
They're getting
Go-
a 5-second podcast.
Go home.
No editing.
Right now.
All right.
Anyways, Wheeze, how's it going?
I'm tired.
Well, hey guys, this is the solo episode of Baka-Talk. Today we're going to talk about...
Get away from that mic.
It's been so dark though lately. Like today, it was like during the day, and then it became night, and it was like it didn't change.
What time did you get up today?
I don't want to.
6 o'clock.
You don't want to say?
But look, it's light at like 3, right? It gets dark at like 5. At 3 and 5, it was like not that different.
See,
It was just so cloudy
Is
today.
that just your way of saying that you woke up at 3?
No, I did not wake up at 3.
You woke up at 3.
I did not
see,
wake up at
I
3.
usually,
You woke up at 2.
I went outside at 3.
Because you just gotten up at 1.
Yeah, that's a
I,
little bit close.
I usually get up at like 6:45. It's like, no, 6:40. That's my bare minimum.
Yeah.
But I woke up at 6 this morning because a semi truck came rolling down my road, and the way it made my house rattle, I thought someone was stealing my tractor. So I had to
You are paranoid.
No, it literally sounded like my tractor rolling past my window. It was so loud.
Okay.
Dang.
And I dreamt someone was stealing my tractor. And it woke me up. And I was like, someone's stealing my tractor. I need to go check. Da-da-da.
Huh. Yeah, you're paranoid.
Yeah, I've had dreams like that where you wake up and you're like, everybody I love died. And then you're like, oh, wait a second. No, they didn't.
But they did. Then I woke up.
I don't know. I had you guys ever had those fever dreams? Like legit, like when you had a fever and you're dreaming?
I don't know.
I can't really tell the difference.
There's this, at least I do. I don't know if it's because I'm a light sleeper or not, but I'll have like these waking fever dreams. It usually happens around the time where my fever breaks.
Nope. I usually go into, I can't wake up from this dream. I must be dead.
No, this one's more like I live my life, like halfway through my life, and then I wake up and I'm like, what the frick did just
No, you just keep playing the Rick and Morty game over and over.
You're like,
You keep picking the same character.
Probably.
I'm 45. I have a wife, 3 kids. I'm a millionaire. Here's my house. And then you wake up and you're like, ah.
I did
I
everything
lived-
right.
I lived 20 years.
I don't know. I had those weird dreams though, like where you go like halfway throughout your day and stuff like that, and then you wake up and you're like, "Oh, I'm still sick."
That would be really exhausting if every time you fell asleep you had a dream where you lived an entire lifespan, and then you.
How do
woke
you know
up.
you're not doing that right now?
I don't know.
Because my dreams
'Cause
are
I'm not
too
sleeping right now.
incoherent and
How do you know?
chaotic.
Oh, frick.
Like legit, like think about it. Like we say to figure out if you're sleeping or not, you can either pinch yourself or you can look at a clock, right? Because you can't tell the time. But what if in this dream, in your actual world, the physics is that it tells time, and you can feel pain.
I guess the problem is my mind isn't smart enough
But
to make up everything that
But
I'm
I can feel
experiencing.
pain in dreams.
You can?
Yes,
Oh, that's-
nightmares suck.
Well, that's even more reason for why you're currently dreaming into your 20 whatever year.
You know what it feels like to be lit on fire?
Yeah, but conspiracy theories are all fake, so that's not true.
No, you said some of them were real. But I made the point that nobody's ever seen a recording of the moon landings.
I have an ultra 4K from like an angle watching the door as the guy got off.
We need to make a full like
Wait a second.
we need to make a high detailed CG like model of the moon landing
Yeah.
and then just like in super high graphics and then just like run the camera around it and be like, see, it's totally
Well,
real. You can see it from every
In
angle. That it's
fashion of the
real.
show, what they should do is do it in high anime fashion, like the bunny girl anime. And I don't know where I was going with this. Here, take the segue. Catch.
What?
So anyway, we watched Bunny Girl Senpai, and so that's the topic of the first talking point on our show, which is about anime. And we talk about anime on this anime podcast, which is the reason it's called Baka-Talk, because Baka means stupid in Japan. In Japanese, I guess.
And
Not
pickles.
specifically in Japan, but in the Japanese
Oh, wow. Okay, so
language.
we're just going to cut all of that out then. Let's go.
Let's go.
So yeah, we're going to talk about Bunny Girl Senpai, or Rascal
Does
does
not
not
dream
dream of Bunny
Bunny-
Girl.
Why does he
Senpai.
not dream of Bunny Girl Senpai? Because I'm pretty sure he dreamt about her
I
in one of
feel-
the episodes.
I feel like he does dream of Bunny. Okay, it's called He Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai because it's more of like she's an illusion, but she's not illusion. He's saying, I didn't dream of her, she's real.
So the actual term would be phantasmal lady in bunny girl outfit, illusion,
Supernatural.
XD.
I think the more
Breathe.
literal translation would be something along the lines of Bunny Girl Senpai is real or something like
Yeah.
that.
First off, all the characters confuse me at this point in the show.
Why are there so many? Okay, let's do this properly. Let's go over this. So we've watched. This is our halfway review.
Yeah, we watched
of-
7 episodes.
Is there
7
only 14 episodes?
There's 13.
13.
13, yeah,
Yes.
Oh, that's going to bug me.
I think the
There should be a
13th
14.
one is an OVA
probably.
of sorts. I think there's a movie.
Yeah, there is a movie.
There's a movie. So
I
we
think
should
the
watch that
movie
as well.
finishes the story too.
Yes. I think there might be a season 2
I'm not
or like
sure.
a side story.
Yeah.
Something like that. Something's coming out for it, and I don't remember what.
Either way, it's all like, to me, seems like they're trying to be all sciencey and doing it really incoherently.
Yeah. Well,
It's
we'll
not
get,
about
we'll
the
get to that.
sciencey. The sciencey's fake.
We'll get to that. But anyways, Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai is about a teenage boy that one day is going throughout his normal life, as normal as it can be, and a random girl that is also coincidentally like a TV star in Japan
Mm-hmm.
is walking around a library in a bunny girl suit. And he's the only one that can notice her. And
They act like that's not a normal thing.
Just because you walk around libraries in bunny suits, Ramen Cat, doesn't mean it's a normal thing.
Hey, you do too. You can't deny
I
it.
do not.
You do too.
Do not. It's a different kind of bunny suit.
Whoa.
that ain't
Anyway,
healthy.
continue.
Anyways, so the story, this is like the first part of the story. I'm not going to go into spoilers for it, although it's a couple of year old show, so it really wouldn't matter.
We review old shows.
Yeah,
Yay.
because new shows we just rant about on the podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Chainsaw
going to be
Oz.
later in the episode.
Right.
So keep listening the whole episode.
So yeah, she's investigating the fact that nobody can see her by wearing this extremely odd outfit of the bunny girl suit. And he's the only one that can see her. And they go on to this whole big quest scenario to try to figure out why nobody can see her. And that's kind of where Ramen Cat's part comes into, where there's like a messed up form of science called adolescent syndrome.
Yeah, because like for her, she's being forgotten by everybody to the point of they don't even see her because the moment they see her, they forget about her.
Right. even though she's like a big movie star, people can still forget about her instantly.
Yeah.
She also kind of vanishes from like everything too.
Right. People lose memories of her. People stop showing like TV spots of her and everything like that. She doesn't show up in news articles.
I don't
or
know if
anything
it's she
like
doesn't
that.
show up in them or it's literally they just
Well, like her name is
physically
legit
cannot.
blurred out. Like people can't read her name.
Yeah.
Because like he wrote down the diary to help him like get his thoughts through this whole ordeal. And like at the end of it, when he does end up forgetting her, which is spoilers for the show at one point, he can't read the name.
Yeah.
Like it's legit impossible for him to do.
It's kind of got the science stuff of like Erased,
Yeah.
where the power is like,
It's paradoxical.
yeah, it's just like a random, like, there's a problem, so the power like helps, is created from the problem or
Yeah.
whatever.
Really? Because all these powers are doing is building this man a huge harem.
Yeah, I guess the base of the show is, and people would find this out real quickly, is that it is 1000% just like a harem show. At least that's what it feels like.
Kinda. It's not really a harem show.
He
Harem
had
shows are much worse.
5 women crammed into his little
I know
apartment.
this is a tame harem
It's
show.
tame
I
harem,
mean,
but
it's
it's
not
harem.
like
It is-
ecchi harem,
Yeah.
but it is like legit just
It's not a
harem.
harem of like who's he gonna end up
Yeah.
with. It's like a
These
just-
are all mine.
these are all the characters and his friends and whatever.
Who happen to
Um,
be all women, and I believe that's called a harem.
Pretty classic.
It does go into other
anime.
things as well. It kind of go more of an overview of the show. Not only is she having a problem with people forgetting about her, but then he also finds another classmate, which is also secretly in love with him at one point.
Yeah.
And she,
Groundhog
adolescent-
Days,
yeah,
everything.
Groundhog Days, everything. Where was it June 19th or something? Keeps on
Yes.
repeating on him.
Mhm.
And since he's like the center point for all this for some weird reason, he's also stuck repeating it with her.
Yeah.
And they have to figure that out. And then on the most recent arc, his science friend, which is also a woman, just to kind of home down the point that's a harem show, is now split into 2 different personalities. One is more like sciencey, true to her nature, and the other one is more dealing with the fact that she loves somebody.
Yeah.
And then he also had the problem where
No, him and his sister had a problem.
him and his sister had the problem where his sister got really big in the social media and then had the thing where I think she did something weird or somebody started telling lies about her and like it started actually hurting her physically
Mm-hmm.
on social media devices. So she had to stop using like phones and anything that has internet connection. And now she's just that little sister trope that loves him.
Yeah, that's getting uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And he also got a like scar across his chest from.
Yeah. I think it was because of her syndrome.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I don't think he's actually had adolescent syndrome
No,
himself.
hear
but he
me-
seems
hear
to be
me
a
out.
focal point of it.
His is literally attracting all the other ones or causing it on the others.
I think that's a good bet, but I don't.
Yeah.
We're gonna go into that in a little bit. But anyways, so it's basically adolescent syndrome kicks in. He has to figure out a problem with one of his friends that happened to be a girl so far, and they go through a bunch of science jargon until he has to do something or his friend has to do something to break the
Yeah.
adolescent syndrome.
It's a slice of life romance show with supernatural elements.
Yeah, which is for the joking that we do is actually really good in my opinion.
It is a good show.
But yeah, so that's the synopsis of it. We're going into what do you guys think overall of the show?
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm
So
used
far?
to shows being a little bit more, I guess, detail oriented and like explaining stuff. But to me, the show feels like it hops around quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like, especially just interactions with characters just seem to be like 1 minute they'll be talking about something and then it will just like beeline an opposite direction.
Yeah.
But I mean, the art's pretty.
Art
Other
is
than I get
nice.
characters mixed up really easy because no one's got crazy hair colors or anything.
Well, not only that, but they legit have the same faces. So that's a little
Yeah, the
distracting.
main character and his best friend, other than hair colors, and according
Yeah.
to Wheeze, they look totally different with clothes on.
They do.
They
Okay,
look identical.
he looked identical because he had his shirt off, so you're looking at his face, and the face itself just looks like the other face. But when they has clothes on and they're normally like standing next to each other, and their like outfit is a little bit different, and like they're more recognizable.
Also,
That's
the
what I was saying.
main girl looks like a girl that's showing up in this later
Yeah.
episode. They look a lot alike, other than one's smaller than her.
Yeah, that is one thing that's a little odd. So
That's just a personal, like, not complaint, just thing that I found a little confusing.
yeah. But yeah, what do you think?
I like it.
Yeah.
The dialogue is fun. I think it's more fun in the beginning than it was as it goes on, because the like snappy dialogue and the main character is really funny.
Yeah.
But like once you get used to them, it's more of the plot focused. So if the story plot at the time isn't the most interesting, it can get a little bit not quite as good later on. But I think it's a really good show so far.
I also don't like the main character all that much.
I love the main character.
I
He's
don't, because
great.
it's like, here we're having this serious conversation. Let me throw a random pervy thing in there that like has no lead up or anything. It's just beeline, smack you in the face with this. Now let's go back to what we're doing. Oh, someone stepped on me. Let me make a weird noise.
He does.
He's just a I don't know. He's like,
I kind of wish he'd die and his
he's
friend would
kind
take
of like
over.
a jerk. He's kind of a jerk.
Yeah, but he does it in a
He
way like
speaks his mind.
he does, like he does it with such flatline, no like emotion
Yeah.
or change of tone. And it's like, just
I know he's
stop.
not annoying. It's great.
no, he is annoying by
He's
not
not
being annoying.
He's not annoying.
He has no reactions to anything. He's just like, I will collect these women because mine.
I feel like he is not. He only likes
He
the
will
one
bend
girl.
the universe
He
to
only
collect
likes the one girl.
He's bending the fabric of reality, and even going as far as to duplicate one of them so he can have them all.
Oh my goodness.
Next, he's going after his best friend's girlfriend, who hates him. He's like, I got to get that tsundere too for the collection.
Oh. Yeah, if you
So
do
anyway,
if
sorry.
you do think of him as the villain, that's pretty funny.
He is the villain. I don't. You know what? I like all the side characters.
hmm
I just don't like the main girl. I don't like the main character.
I like the main character and the main girl. Their
I
their
know,
their
they're-
interactions are fun.
They're just kind of cold and lifeless.
Yeah, they
to
are
me.
cold.
Like everyone else has like some color to
They're
them.
very
They're just
closed
meh.
off. Like I don't know. Like
Also,
very.
they don't blink.
They're very.
They do blink.
They
They're
don't
like
blink.
closed off, witty, and like kind of like I don't know how to.
I don't know
What's the word? Like they never really say what they mean. They're just kind of like going back and forth all the time.
I don't mind a closed off character, but like when you have two of them, it's like, I sure do love reading gray text box dialogue.
Well,
It's like reading. You probably have never seen this. There's an old comic strip called Dilbert,
mhm.
and that's
Oh, yeah.
exactly what it was. It was just gray office.
No,
humor.
no, it's not like that. They're more life. Like the things they say don't match with how they're acting because they're like so aloof and closed off, and then like talking.
Like her stepping on him
Yeah,
all the time.
where he's just like, yeah, I'm very much enjoying you stepping on my foot right now. Like he has that attitude about like everything,
Yeah.
and she does too. So they kind of work well together.
They both suck, and they need to get like destroyed.
I'm
by
saying
the
they're
duplicating army of science.
They're good
girls.
characters, even though you don't like their personality.
They are good characters. I feel like they're fleshed out pretty well, and they make sense as like a high school drama. This is categorized as comedy, drama, romance, and supernatural.
Do you know
Yeah.
who else I question? I don't necessarily hate her, but she just needs to stop.
What?
The main character's little sister. Every episode,
Kaida?
she's ramping the little
Kaide.
sister thing up more.
It's
and
just
more.
because she's jealous because he has like 20 girls living in his apartment.
you
right
know,
now.
it's like, okay, you're playing along with that kid, and then this next episode we watch, she just like pops out of like from in his bed, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute.
that happened in like the first episode.
That
No, she
happens
jumped
in a
on it.
lot of slice of life shows. There's always that sister, like big brother complex character.
Why?
It's just Japanese humor. You haven't watched too many slice of life shows.
It's a
have you?
thing that kind of
I
happens.
have,
too.
but it's usually just like there's a romance where it's like guy likes girl. There might be a monster involved here somewhere.
It's a normal.
They fight the monster.
It's a
Move
normal
on.
thing too. It's like you have a little sister, and then you get a girlfriend, and then she feels jealous because you don't hang out with her. It's just up to notch because it's anime.
Yeah.
So yeah, my experience, it was just the little sister's like, no, you can't have him.
Yeah, and that's kind of what she's doing.
Yeah,
except-
kind of. She's getting like jealous.
yeah.
I got
Not explaining not trying to explain away the creepy fact.
Tiny,
Yeah.
tiny pet peeve. The one girl that looks like the main character girl. See, I don't know anime names. I just associate people with their crazy
Shoko.
hair colors.
Her name is
Brings
Shoko.
a cat into their home,
Yeah.
and they have a pre-established cat.
Yes.
And the pre-established cat's like, I love this little bundle of love. In reality, it would be your chill, calm, pot smoking cat would be like, you're gonna die, sucker.
See,
And then
these
they'd be
are-
like, I love this little bundle of love after I've ripped it apart.
These are
Okay.
Japanese cats.
These are Japanese.
I guess I have heard Japanese cats are pretty chill.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
But anyway, so that's your thoughts of the show overall.
Pyrolus isn't here, so I have to do mad rantings.
So
It's not bad. It's an enjoyable show.
So far, I feel like the first two arcs were the best.
yes,
I feel like the next two arcs are not quite as good, but still good. And so
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the final arc to like. Usually, a show will do that, especially slice of life or more like personal like stories. I find the first two arcs will be really good. The next one may be kind of like it's fine, and then the ending one it like ramps up into something big.
yeah.
But it feels like the middle there's always like a little bit of a slowdown, and then it
And
gets
with
better.
a fact like this, that there's actually a movie as well.
Yeah.
Like I got a feeling they're gonna end the show on a pretty much a cliffhanger, and then the movie will explain.
I still
Yeah.
say this feels like one of those slice of lives where just for no reason at all, a new girl shows up and she's an alien.
We do have two more girls to meet. We have
Okay.
a blonde girl that has more of like, the Japanese take on like American girls.
Yeah,
You know how
it's,
like some high school Japanese girls will dress up like they're American girls.
Blonde
What's
and
it called?
hyper tan.
Blonde, yeah. This is kind of how she's dressed up as, like with a ponytail, blonde, like a different like outfit than other people.
There's a term for it. I can't remember what it is.
there
but
is a
it's like-
Japanese term.
So the
It's like
ignorable
the-
character.
And then we have another glasses character. She looks like an adult. I'm pretty sure she's just like a full on adult because she's driving a Buick.
Oh no.
I don't know. Does it have a bio of her?
Danger. SCP feeds on teenager with harems. Must avoid at all times.
I think I don't know. My anime list is kind of sucky for this, but
I like the like slice of life drama shows that have a supernatural twist. It's pretty cool.
yeah.
It feels like a thing anime does more than anything else. Where it's like it's not going to be an action show or a sci-fi show. It's just a slice of life show, but it has these weird like things go on.
Yeah, that's kind of next part I want to get into is like, what do you like about the show? What do you find interesting about it?
The art.
The art?
I love the animation and stuff. Like even
is
though the
really good.
characters look all kind of the same and it gets a little confusing, everything is like relaxing.
Yeah, I like the use of colors and certain things. I like the fact that they try to make things look normal, but not like bland and
I-
like grayscale normal.
I do have one complaint. It's not really even a complaint. It's just weird to not see it. The food. There's not a focus on the food and how beautiful anime makes food.
Maybe they don't want to focus on the food.
I want them to focus on the food.
All right, how about you, Weez? What do you like about it?
I probably the main character and just the concept's pretty cool.
Okay.
I like that it's a clickbait show. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, that is.
It's like there's a bunny girl in it, and she's in like the first episode,
No,
and
she's
then-
in 2 episodes.
and then she's in the third episode or something for
Yeah.
like 2 minutes, and then yeah,
And then now he's trying to get every other girl to wear the bunny outfit.
You can change into these fresh clothes, or I have a bunny girl with some.
see,
Oh,
the-
so-
yeah,
so-
What was weird about that? Okay, there's a scene where like one of the girls is taking a bath and he's sitting outside the bathroom talking to her and he asks if she has enough clothing. And he's like, well, if you don't, I have a bunny girl outfit and a panda outfit. And to me, that was a red flag when he offered the panda one, because it's like, your sister runs around. in
Oh,
those.
that's right. I didn't even think about that part. Like, what's
You-
his sister gonna wear?
You creep. Well, no, the fact that even this girl that you find attractive, like, yes, wear what my kid sister wears.
Well, maybe that's the only thing that she wears. So he's like, this is the only female clothes I have. It's a bunny
That's a good
outfit
point.
and a panda outfit.
So we don't see her in any other clothing. No, she does get other clothing.
Well, I
from-
mean, she's also much smaller too.
yeah,
Yeah, from the main character, she got some clothing.
Yeah. from my son.
Yeah. It would have been worse if he was like, get over here and take off your clothes. I need to give it to my friend.
Oh, I'm sure there's a show out there like that.
Probably.
Yeah, more than likely. But anyways, I like the show for the little like character interactions. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys kind of found it annoying, but I kind of find like the quips and stuff.
I
Okay.
like the snappy
All the
dialogue.
other characters and stuff, I don't mind their interactions. Their interactions are good.
Mhm.
I mean, like even like his like best friend, I like how level-headed he is about everything and stuff, and just be like, you just gotta chill and take life easy.
But here's the thing: I
just-
think his name is is it Sakuta? I don't know. I kind of have a hard time with it. It's Sakuto.
Sakuto?
Sakuto,
OC number 1.
the guy main character.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think he actually means half the things he says. I think he
No, he
hides
doesn't.
behind like dry humor a lot,
Yeah. he
which
does.
is
See,
what a lot of people do in weird situations.
Yeah.
wouldn't
especially
mind
when he's
that.
nervous.
It's just his exchanges with the main girl, like when they're both having such dry humor, is just like, eh. Because
Okay, but think about it this way.
a lot of times dry humor bounces off somebody who overreacts to
But
things.
here, think about it this way. They act like each other and they like each other. Now think about it, you and your girlfriend. You both act the same.
No, she's a lot more hyper than I am.
Nah, you gotta act the same a lot of times.
Maybe around people. But I'm usually, it's just us. I'm just like, I'm grumpy.
That doesn't
all the
count
time.
because that's not your outward
I'm grumpy all the
facing.
time around you guys.
Sometimes, but a lot of times you act the same. Same thing for Weez and his girlfriend.
No, I feel like
I just cloned myself.
I feel like Maya's like a much more violent version of Wheeze.
I'm just saying that there's one or two things. Either people that act the same towards each other will like each other, or opposites attract.
Yeah.
So
I think their
They're all doomed to fail.
their relationship is like a competition. Like every
It
time they
is.
talk to each other, it's like a battle's going on.
it's like
And
a
they're trying to
battle
like
where
one
it's-
up each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know, I kind of like that. It's kind of like
There's always like a weird tension around them.
yeah.
And so whenever like that's why I love the big moments of like him saying he likes her to like the entire school,
Yeah.
because it's like he never really says what he means. And so at one point when he does, it feels more rewarding. And you see like what he actually cares about, because most of the interactions are like, thank you so much for stepping on my foot. And she's like says something witty back to him. And
Yeah.
that's like their whole exchange.
Well, I think it's cool too because she's like a famous movie star. And
Yeah.
Everybody treats her differently, but then he's the
He-
only
yeah.
one that like just says witty remarks back to her. Like
I also think it's funny because he kind of hides behind his thing, and he also is just brutally honest sometimes.
Yeah.
You're just like, yes, I love you. And then he's like, what the heck? Like they're just
Yeah.
going back and forth with these like
I guess
witty.
that's one thing I find kind of annoying about the main girl is like he'll be up front with like I love you, and then she's like, how dare you do that? And it's just like, I don't like when people do that in real life. So
Yeah.
well, that's kind of an anime trope where nobody really wants to confess.
people in real
Yeah,
life will do
people
that
do.
too, and
Yeah.
it's just like
It is an annoying thing, but I think it makes them good characters because they do
Yeah.
feel like real people.
and it is an anime trope, like you were saying. So
Yeah.
I think it also is kind of trying to not do the anime trope of like overreacting about everything. So they're very just like, yeah, whatever,
Yeah.
this is going on.
Well, even like his little sister, which is probably the closest to like an actual anime character,
Mm-hmm.
like she reacts to things, but she doesn't do like the whole overreacting thing.
right,
Yeah.
Like there was one point where she is like right after she starts doing the thing of being jealous,
Mm-hmm.
and she asks the main girl character asks everybody for like what they want for coffee.
Yeah.
And like she asks for a certain type of special coffee, and then the girl that she's jealous of asks for the same coffee.
Mm-hmm.
In most anime, you would have the scene where she gets like, wait, she overreacts. Or
Yeah.
like that. And in this
Yeah.
scene, she just like,
Whatever.
yeah,
How dare you copy me?
basically, yeah. So it's like it's more natural in a way.
There's also, and I can't think of her name. We completely blipped over the girl that he kicked in the butt,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
who was also his girlfriend. for a little bit.
That arc was pretty good too. I liked that arc.
Tomoe?
She overreacts to a lot of things.
yeah.
She does, yeah. I mean, the other thing is they're all in like high school or whatever, so
It's no excuse. You need to be dry, emotionless.
they are.
Listen to
you
3
don't.
days.
You don't like the dry emotions.
Listen to 3 days grace every day to hide your emotions. Edge. Oh, wait, that's just in America. That was
Robin Cat's advice for the day: like shove down your emotions, listen to heavy metal, and never react to anything. Joy is an illusion.
only flannel and black threaded jeans. Emo tech, go.
Go to work on time, but complain every day.
I don't know. I like her character. She seems like that type of character that wants to show off initially.
Yeah,
She has to keep up this presence, and she even talks about like she can't like not respond to people and stuff like that. She has a hard time saying no to people.
yeah. Like all the characters are insecure and in their own ways, and
Yeah.
how they deal with it differently.
Do like the fact that she's an actor and not a character that's like, look at me and how great I am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just literally, this is the job I want to do.
and it deals with like she does want to act, but she was also kind of like forced into it.
Wait,
at
what
certain
character are we
points, too.
talking about?
The main character.
How'd you jump to that?
Because
We
Robin Cat started mentioning that.
were just talking about the other character.
Yeah,
that
she's
gets kicked
fine,
in the
yeah, she's
butt.
Yeah,
fine.
she's fine. She's
Oh
fine.
my god.
Yeah, we talked about.
I
her.
was talking about that character
Oh.
Yeah.
because I was reading on her backstory. real quick.
Okay. That character, what's her name?
Don't read on it; you'll get spoiled.
Her arc's already done.
As long as there isn't,
Well, there
like,
might be
as
more.
long as
There's
there's
no
a
one- there's
survival
not
status.
Yeah. Oh, that's so awful. It's like currently dead.
Tomoe.
Tomoe. She seems more like a little bit more traditional. She's supposed to be kind of that heartwarming character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be like that tsundere character that turns nice.
Yeah. Tsundere should always stay tsunderes.
Okay, the ending of the show is the main character is going to turn 18 and instantly get arrested for sexual assault.
They're all detectives.
Isn't he only like 17 now or something? Let's see. Does it say? Age 16 to 17.
Even the internet's not sure. Or there's a birthday episode, one of the two.
Some of the girls they don't have age for. That's kind of funny. It is kind of weird watching this show actually after watching Chainsaw Man and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
What else do we have to talk
My
about?
son is older than the main character.
Yeah, he is. I mean, she is.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he
She's-
makes a
she's-
comment about that.
Yeah, she's older.
that's true.
Yeah, and then she's got her job. Yeah, it's interesting how it went over her job and how she was like kind of forced into it, kind of like because
Kinda
of mom
likes
or
it.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also likes it and doesn't like certain aspects or whatever. And so
Right.
I don't know. It deals with stuff cool.
I think that's enough in depth about the show. I think we talked about the characters and
Yeah.
stuff, which is the big part of it.
I feel like any show that just takes enough time to actually go in depth about the situation that they're in makes it so much better. Because most of the
Yeah.
shows that are trash are ones that just they have a situation set up and then they don't deal with the emotions. They don't want to like get into
It
it.
just beeline right through
Yeah,
it.
they want to like get past that and do something else random because they don't want to deal with the characters like doing things or like
Mhm.
growing or
I
whatever.
want to
So
make this story, but I don't want to work on anything.
yeah. So this show is
I do like that all the characters seem to be like growing a little bit more and fleshing
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
it's kind of in the vein of those like trash like shows that come out every year. So it's cool.
Yeah.
It's like it's a well-made show.
Yeah, it's well made. I'd say people would like it if they like shows like Erased or Steins Gate.
Well, it was
or-
like one of the top anime for its time.
Yeah. If you like
It's popular. I mean, it's not like we're telling people about an unknown show.
yeah.
That's
It's
for
not
sure.
the most popular, but it's like it's pretty like in the weeb community, it's popular show.
Yeah.
But
I remember the year it came out, there was a lot of cosplayers for it at Comic-Con.
yeah, there's a lot of talk about it.
You could tell a difference between them and just the like executives that wandered in from the hotel next door.
No, they,
Well, I mean, it's kind of easy to cosplay like a bunny girl.
That is true.
A lot of them was a bunny girl or like the uniform, which the uniform is actually pretty unique for like a high school.
And brown jacket.
yeah,
Brown
you just need the
jacket, so-
uniform and the phone case with the bunny ears.
Yeah.
There you go.
And like the bunny hair pin.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd give props to a cosplayer that went as a little sister. That'd be kind of funny.
Get back in your apartment.
Yeah, so we're only halfway through, so we don't know how
Yeah.
good the ending is.
It's gonna be trash.
Probably.
Could be. We
The
could
f- the
we
first-
can't everything we say.
I still demand my alien girl in there somewhere.
You need to watch JoJo because there's a part of JoJo Part 4 which is kind of like this, where it's just it all takes place in a town and it's kind of like slice of lifey, even though there's a battle every episode. But there's this dude that is just like, I'm an alien, and does the most absurd stuff, and it's never explained of if he's actually an alien or if he just has like the stance that makes him do these things. So it's
Huh.
just like, it's just this dude that's like, yeah, I'm an alien. And then it's like, I need to rig dice. And so he like turns himself into dice. And then
That's funny.
like he's in the show like all throughout it. And it's just, he's just there. There's
Huh.
no explanation. It's great.
I
That's
feel like
great.
JoJo is just literally what can you just plug a fight into?
Pretty much.
Well, on that note, are we in the spot where we can talk about our ad sponsors?
Yeah, pretty soon.
Is it ad time?
do wanna
and then we go
end-
into
Yeah,
Chainsaw
we'll go into
Man?
other things.
Chainsaw.
I do want, and people like the show, of course, with the things I just said before, but people also won't like this show if you like shows with a lot of talking, not a lot of like interaction, like confrontation or anything like that.
Yeah, it's pretty chill.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
it's very
chill,
chill.
and it's mainly just characters like going throughout their lives figuring out these weird scenarios.
I'd
So,
say it's a good show to sit down with a cup of tea or something and just relax.
Expect a romance slice of life show with like mystery supernatural elements rather than a mystery supernatural like show with romance. It's
right.
it's more of a romance than it is a like
Yep.
It will be
whatever.
until like some invisible like physics worm appears and starts eating people. If anything I've learned from anime, it can beeline into horror real quick.
Can, but I don't think this one does.
Oh,
Anyways.
Probably not.
That's it for this somewhat half put together review, and hopefully this works out for you guys. But yeah, we'll see you all on the other side of the break.
And we'll probably talk about the show more when we finish it.
Heck yeah.
Ad time. And we're back.
What?
Now the-
Oh, that and is now the rum of a chainsaw. And chainsaw puppy.
well, that's more editing I have to do.
Chainsaw
It's like the
puppy.
pickles in Pyrolis.
He wants to ship the pickles.
Yeah.
Yes. Check out our last episode for that reference.
In issue number 2.
Okay, so Chainsaw Man. Is that what we're talking about now, Boom?
Do you want to talk about Chainsaw?
We're going
Yeah.
to talk about Chainsaw Man.
Because episode
Sure.
9 was insane.
Everybody's been hyping up the show, and it's been fine so far. You know, it's not like bad, like nothing awful's happened, but nothing amazing happened. It's just been going.
I don't
you
know. The animation's been pretty
I mean, the
amazing in
animation is
itself.
amazing. A lot of the stuff that is amazing. I like the main character, how simple and stupid he is. But it wasn't like mind-blowingly good. It was just like good. You know? It was like a good show.
I don't know.
I thought it was pretty great.
I was pretty like against watching it when it first came out, and then I started watching from episode 1. I'm like, this is amazing.
I know it's really good, but I'm just saying it wasn't like shocking or like surprising that much. It was just kind of like they fought a thing and he kills it. You know, like the story itself was pretty simple.
I think what he's saying is it's getting good to the good part.
It's getting to the part.
Ah.
Okay, when I see
don't
a
know.
show,
I've been so mesmerized with simple things like people adjusting their shirts and seeing like every cloth like move.
Yeah,
and stuff.
That's
That-
where the rotoscope
that is
coming into play.
absurd. Yeah. But like I'm saying, when you watch, like when you see a show that's called Chainsaw Man and it looks like Chainsaw Man looks, you're expecting a messy, like chaotic story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you watch like Demon Slayer, it's not a messy and chaotic story. It's a very linear, like focused story. It's not like
It's also clean cut animation.
it's not like suddenly Zenitsu's gonna die and they're gonna deal with that. It's a very like focused character, you know, these are the characters, this is what they're doing, this is the goal,
Yeah.
and they're moving towards it each and every time. Chainsaw Man is not like that. It's more of a messy, chaotic, like things are just gonna happen out of nowhere kind of
Yep.
show. So that's what I was waiting for. And so far, it was just kind of like, we're fighting a monster. We're fighting another monster. And
Yeah.
it finally got to the moment
Power
where
insults someone.
everybody gets shot.
Major spoilers for this, by the way.
Major
Yeah.
spoilers.
If you're not up to date on
Yeah,
don't
this
watch
is
it.
up to episode 10.
It'd be 9. It'd be 8 and 9.
8 and 9 were the latest episodes. So everybody gets like shot. This whole conspiracy goes down. I know you've read the manga, so you know, but I kind of get the vibe that either Makima knew it would happen or orchestrated it, or like is not exactly unhappy that it happened. Just the vibe I got from her. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's kind of what I'm
The
feeling.
quote a wise old man called Benny. The game was rigged from the start.
Yeah. So a bunch of people get shot and killed, and then the episode ended. And then the next episode started, and they were like, "We killed them all. Makima's dead." And then she's just like standing next to him, like, "Oh frick!" And then there's
That
just
was a legit
bodies.
that was like a jump scare for me the way they did that, because like you're just watching these two guys talk and just like, yeah, we should like go in separate carts and like blend in with the civilians.
yeah,
And then they just pan over the Makima
yeah, and
stand
she's
there
just
like,
standing there,
holy
like,
frick.
what the heck is going on? And then I hate saying this because of the fandom, but I love Makima, like her character. I don't love her.
She makes a good cold.
Yeah, I really like her character. I love her character. She's really fun to watch.
You can
It
her
feels
character
like-
is really well done.
Yeah, like I feel like she's a really good character. And even if like half the people hate her and half the people are like, "Step on me, mommy."
Yeah.
So I don't want to say I love her because I'm not like, "Step on me, mommy." I'm like, she's a cool character. She's one of the characters like Shizuo or something where you just feel like they're in the scene. It's like big things are happening.
Yeah.
She's
She's
very
the-
powerful.
She's the
very
Admiral
threatening.
Thrawn of the show.
Yeah. She's like very threatening. The things.
She seems like that character, and I'm trying to explain this, but also say what I'm seeing through the anime without explaining it through the anime
Yeah.
or the manga. She's like that type of character that has everything planned out and like nothing's
Yeah.
gonna surprise her.
Mhm.
Yeah, because there's
Yeah.
So, like,
always a contingency.
After she gets off the train, because we're just gonna go full
that
spoilers after this,
moment.
and then she's just like, I need a temple at the highest position with like 13 to 14 prisoners.
Yeah.
You're just like, what the frick is
Yeah,
she gonna
it's
do?
like-
With 13 to 14 prisoners.
I know, it's like somebody's gonna die. But like her the first thing that she does when she gets off the train is like, there's a shooting. We need some help taking care of the bodies or whatever. And they're like,
Yeah.
are you okay? And she's like, oh, don't worry. This isn't my blood.
Yeah.
And you're like,
She's just head to toe in it.
and then it shows them and they have these like huge gaping holes in
Yeah.
their chest. And you're like, what the heck?
Well, that comes into the scene. I'm not trying to spoil it again, but it's cool. The opening where she does the camera view,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
it's just like the bang. Like, oh,
That's cool.
it's
Yeah.
cool.
Her power also, like, she has to blindfold them all because they're not like high enough classified to watch her power after they get to the temple and they have all the prisoners. That like,
She's a character, like you said, this seemed threatening, but because you
power-
could feel the tension
Yeah.
that everyone had around
Her power is like Evangelion level
bizarre.
bizarre.
yeah. Also, like the one devil, the sword one, and the
Yeah.
one girl that has the snake or whatever is like, confirm Makima's dead, and like, frick, she's not dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
It's
the
like-
first time in a show. I'm like, oh, the quote unquote bad guys are having trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great. Like in that manga, it's like a panels of like the bad guys exploding, but the way they animated
Oh
it,
yeah.
where Makima is like doing the hand
Hand.
rotation,
It's
and like
disturbing.
you
It-
just see the body like compress on itself
Yeah.
and then just explode. And then there's that one scene where one of the guys went to hold the girl hostage.
Mhm. Oh
and like
yeah.
he just explodes.
And then she's like freaking out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to keep using it as a reference. I feel like And I mean, I imagine this was already in the works before that, but like there's a part in Edge Runners, and I feel like they a lot like set kind of a standard for gore because there's like a part where like a character who's fighting these soldiers,
Yeah.
it just like uses like a gravity thing to smash them, and it does something kind of like that. And it's like after that,
Yeah.
now it's like I think that I was like, yeah, we can ramp up the violence in these
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen somebody getting crushed like that before. It's in some other anime too.
But
I don't
it's
remember
like
what it was.
this is definitely like this episode I think dipped a toe into the like horror-esque
Yeah.
kind of feel.
So I did want to bring up one part, and the sound design for this whole show is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You had the Bayonet Devil and you have Chainsaw Man. The Bayonet
Yeah.
Devil this is the second round where he's going against Chainsaw Man.
Mm-hmm.
And Hamaro, the girl with the eye patch, just dies.
Yeah.
And there's smoke all around for where they've been fighting and stuff. And then you just hear the chainsaw blades in the back.
Yeah.
And then the song, it's called 200 million centimeter long blade starts playing. And it's got like this like Japanese like throat singing, like heavy
Yeah.
metal going on, and you just hear that go. It starts off quiet, which I love it when they do songs like that. It gets louder and louder,
Yeah.
and then like you just see like Chainsaw Man like just come out of the smoke.
Yeah.
I think my favorite scene of this whole episode, and it kind of got me psyched for it too, was like at that part like where like Denji like jumps out of the smoke and is like up there just like shouting like die.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
angle. I paused and like that would make an awesome poster.
Yeah, exactly. It's like most of this, it reminds me of our martial arts saying that whenever you do a move, you have to do it so perfectly that if somebody took like multiple photos of you, it would have to look like a freeze frame of it.
Yeah.
And that's what this whole anime reminds me of. Like you
Yeah.
can pause this almost anywhere, and the frame's gonna look spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even like on simple shots, like the art and stuff, like you
Mhm.
don't have the derpy little like half drawn faces. and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
I
everything's
haven't
so
seen
detailed.
Yeah,
any
it
of
is
that
very
anywhere.
detailed.
Yeah.
It's really impressive what they did with the animation. They knew this was big. They're
Yeah.
like, this is really big. Let's just put all the money we can into it because it's insane.
And then Kabane's scene, where
yeah.
she just like the guy like takes the 2 bullets for her.
Yeah, that
and
was intense. I was not
she just
expecting him to
runs
get
up
shot.
behind the old lady, takes the gun. And
I
just,
know.
like-
I saw that, and then it just like blows their brains. I was like, oh.
that was great. And then when the snake
No, she's
demon
like-
handler lady,
Yeah.
it just like throws like the snake tail at her, and she just like jumps up on him.
Yeah.
The
I
bayonet
thought it was
was
cool.
like,
Like,
what is she, a
What
monkey?
is she-
I thought it was cool. It's like when that happened, like she just kind of like rolled onto it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The action scenes are so cool in this like, because you can see everything. They're
Yeah.
not making anything like, oh,
Yeah.
they're moving so fast that you can't see them.
The
That is what
closest
they're
we
doing,
got
which
to
is
that was
cool.
the bayonet devil scene.
Yeah,
Where he's
but
just like, oh frick, I'm just gonna kill you now. Just, like,
Yeah.
boom.
yeah, he did like
But,
a
like-
traditional anime blip, but I feel like for him, it's more that's his power.
Yeah.
one of his powers. or
Also,
something.
that scene had power because of the rest of it. Like, it's never been like that. So when something like that does happen, it's really powerful because it's like, oh, he moved so fast you couldn't see him, and then he just kills them.
yeah, because
Yeah.
everything
Whereas
else we've been
Everything
seeing,
else we've been
movement,
able to see.
movement.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool too, where he's set up for that, and Dingy's got like one of the henchmen, and he's just
Yeah.
like, "You want me to turn his face into a hamburger? You better step down." And the guy's like, "Oh, really?" He just like steps down for a second. He's like, "Ha! You gotta kneel before me," and then just
Yeah.
like jumps up and like zooms through. him.
Yeah.
Like that was cool.
That was intense.
So episode 9 is fantastic.
Yeah.
And
it's
I
really
will-
This
good.
whole show
Until-
has been amazing.
Until they like cap it with another episode, I'm going to say it's the epitome of like anime animation.
It's
Fair
really, really good animation.
I am so looking forward to the Santa Claus arc with the Darkness arc. Like
That sounds
they
like some
merge
SCP stuff there.
They merge into each other, but it's near the end.
I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be some like weird Evangelion stuff going down when I've seen panels of the manga where it's like they're on the moon and there's like astronauts half buried in this row down to like,
That's Darkness.
is that darkness?
Like in the background, that demon-looking creature,
Mhm.
that's Darkness himself.
Okay.
And that's a scene representing the fear of it, because it's astronauts and they go off into the darkness to like find new things and travel into the darkness. But you have them praying, but then you have their legs dislocated in front of them, and it shows the fear that darkness can impend on people that makes them not able to move anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
There's like a bunch
See, I-
of psychology behind.
I
all
like
things.
that kind of stuff. And my favorite part, though, is I'm finding out, and as everyone is probably sick of seeing on Discord, is in the opening towards the end is just a little blip of the future devil just
Yeah.
dancing. It's like, I just love that. I will watch the full opening just for that part.
We're gonna get
The
to the
opening's so
future
good.
devil pretty soon. The future devil's like weird.
I feel like he's not even technically a bad guy. He's probably just like that.
He's
witty,
not.
He's like that witty character.
He makes a deal with somebody, and he makes a deal with them, and his only stipulation is that he has to be around when they die. So he just lives in their eye.
That seems like a pretty good deal.
He's like, I'll let you see a couple seconds in the future, but I have to live with you from now on because I've seen your future and you die in a hilarious way.
Oh, so
And I want to
so
see.
he's the lives for the comedy.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, it's just like, you would die in a very interesting, hilarious way. Like, sure, I'll make a deal with you.
I already like this character then.
He's like in 3 panels of the anime.
Oh, but he lives on my heart forever in the opening.
But yeah, the show is great. I feel like we've been talking about it every single week and just talking.
Well,
about it
because
much,
it's
but
new and
It's what we've been
shiny
watching.
and is the epitome of animation. Right
It's something that we've all watched too.
the thing is, it's not like
okay.
past anime where it's like been meh. Like this is just good.
Yeah.
Okay. I have, just for the sake of difference, I watched, as weird as it sounds, episode 0 of Mobile Suit Gundam: The Witch from Mercury.
Yeah.
It was subpar and okay. I didn't really
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
I like the opening was like, okay, it's a little rushed because we're getting what happened. We're getting why, like, for something for the next episodes.
Yeah.
Because it's like this, some corporate, like, there's a bunch of different corporations and stuff, and they're like, we need to stop the Gundam or Geo or whatever the heck the company is called because they're killing people through war using the Gundams, and they're killing their pilots because of neural links. So like they launched this big like corporate like death squad, and it's like the main character and her mom like escape out with the main character's Gundam. And then like episode 1, I watched like a few minutes of it, and it was so confusing because it was like, I'm floating in my ship towards an academy. Okay. Oh, here's a person floating in space. Launch the Gundam, we'll rescue them. Then the person gets mad at her for rescuing her. And then we cut to a scene of the academy where there's more Gundam. And I'm like, no, I'm done.
I think you need to watch more Gundam.
I'm assuming I had thought that it was a standalone
It's-
show.
It's not. It's in a more. I think it's pretty much standalone as it's more of a side story.
Yeah, I think it's
because
supposed
I
to
know
be
some
standalone.
Gundams you don't have to watch any of the other shows.
Well, like G Gundam, and I think it's G Gundam.
Yeah,
No,
G-
it's Iron Blooded Orphans.
okay,
you can
Iron
watch
Blood
by
Orphans is
yourself.
the one that's a total.
This
Uh,
probably is totally standalone, but it's just a Gundam, so the plot is so convoluted and insane.
Well, I think it's standalone in the fact of the story, but to know anything about the world
Yeah, like the
or any of the
corporation
references, you
stuff.
have to watch. I think it's main Mobile Suit Gundam.
Okay, that would make sense, but it's just it felt like just in those few minutes, like usually anime either does one of a couple things. Either deliberately is disjointed to set you up for the next episode to
Yeah.
explain it, or it paces and is like, yeah, we'll let you get to know the world a little bit or
Right.
the characters. This was
Yeah.
just like thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to start watching Gundam, and I was gonna start with Iron Blooded Orphans, but then Chainsaw Man came out.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know. It's like
Yes.
everything I've been watching, I'm either like holding to the standards of like Edge Runners or Chainsaw Man.
Oh, there's one thing I have to mention about Chainsaw Man. The most brilliant aspect of it that completely subverts the expectation of all anime ever.
What?
So there's no fan service in the show. You know, it's all like everything that happens is very purposeful.
Yes.
So there's 2 scenes recently that blew my mind. First one is when what's her name? The beginning of the episode after they go drinking. It's the episode before this one.
Himaru?
Yeah, Himaru is the first beginning of it is she like walks into the house. She sets him down. She goes and takes a shower. And then it's like the really detailed room. Like they
Yeah.
put way too much effort into that freaking doorknob. But they didn't show her in the shower, which every anime does
Would do like that.
100% of the time. It blew my mind. It's like they're not going to show it. That's amazing.
That reminded me of the meme of when you have a girl in a skirt walking up the stairs behind you, and all of a sudden you become way too acquainted with the way the stairs look.
It literally surprised me more that they didn't show her in the shower than it did when like Makima got
I
shot.
was expecting at least a silhouette of her like showering.
That was so shocking. It was like the biggest surprise of the show.
I think honestly what they're trying to do, it's like, yeah, honestly the way it is set up, there is no fan service, because what they're doing, I feel like, is trying to keep the story fairly mature and serious.
Yeah.
So it's like, by what I mean by that is you can take situations like that, like the thing of her hitting on him and stuff. That's more mature at that point.
Yeah.
Because it's not fan service, because fan service would just jump to, we're just going to tease you with you know what.
Yeah.
This is somebody that's never been in this situation.
Yeah.
It's a very adult situation that a lot of people have dealt with in their life. It's very uncomfortable for the character and just...
And you see Denji learns from every situation. Like he learned from the power thing, because then he was like, this is disappointing. So then when he gets into the situation again, it's like, it's just going to be disappointing and empty.
Like
I don't want.
Like
there's a minor spoiler in the manga. And it goes along with the fact that this show has absolutely no fan service. There's a scene where Power starts having panic attacks.
Mm-hmm.
So she basically becomes like a person that has to be taken care of for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like she can't eat without having a panic attack. Like she'll start throwing up the food and stuff. So Denji is bathing with her because she's having a panic attack. And in his mind, he's just like, this is a hot girl. I should be feeling something, but she's like my sister. I don't feel anything.
Yeah.
And he's just like contemplating to himself, like, am I normal? Like,
well, here's the thing. That sounds actually like a super mature thing, because it's when you have to take care of somebody, you switch gears into this person. I'm in charge of this person. I'm responsible for their...
Well, and it goes into that mental aspect of it, because in a way he's always kind of had a crush on Power a little bit. Like he saw her as like a hot girl. Same thing as he saw like Makima as a hot girl. Yeah. And then it's like that's happening to him, and he's just like questioning like his whole like relationship with people.
When in reality, it's just him literally maturing as a character.
He's so immature that he doesn't realize when he's mature.
That he's growing as a person.
The other scene that it happens is there's Makima gets dressed because she got blood all over her clothes.
The detail of the clothing.
She got dressed, and I was like, dude, they didn't show anything again. It blew my mind.
No, they didn't even show her buttoning. Like the most common fan service thing is showing like the bra, like
buttoning up this shirt.
You know what all that was? Brilliant. That I seen with that was the animation.
The animation was insane.
There's so many things in this show where it's literally just the animators going.
Just a simple thing.
I know.
Before she buttons up her shirt, she like tucks it into her pants.
Yeah.
Like the little animation like that.
Oh my goodness.
What the frick? This is not right.
There's so many scenes where it's just like, oh, that looks really difficult.
Well, that's that thing. Not to bounce back to it, but just because it's such a detailed show, like Edge Runners. There's scenes like there's one part where a character's walking through a hallway.
Yeah.
And there's so much detail and like this gritty, nasty, dirty, like alley corridor. And there's actually a joke online. It's like, you see this floor right here? An animator died to give you this floor.
Because it can kind of be said about the doorknob in the shower.
Exactly. So I think these shows this year have really put the dividing line on, are you gonna halfway your way through animating this? Or are you really gonna give this thing your all?
Well, I think it's just the studios that are getting the limelight, because there's a Seven Deadly Sins movie coming out, and I used to be a Seven Deadly Sins fan, but this one, it looks bad. You know Berserk 2017 animation?
Like the weird CGI.
They did this with the movie. It looks horrible.
So
none of the characters look like themselves anymore.
Yeah.
It looks like one of those YouTube fan animations.
Cringe animations.
Yeah.
See, I've actually been hearing like some people too, like with the new Trigun show.
Yeah.
That's the biggest complaint about it. They're like, you had a established style, like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
90s, kind of gritty animation, and they took it away.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of fans liked about it,
Yeah.
was it
Yeah.
had that old charm to it because
It
was
was an old Western anime.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
along the
and
lines
that-
of Cowboy Bebop and
And
yeah,
it's like
Akira and
the
stuff like
animation
that.
Yeah.
style was detailed but not super detailed
Yeah.
in certain things, and it worked for it. And then they went and cell shaded it.
a lot of times, like, even though like the CGI does look like pretty decent and from like the trailer and stuff, it doesn't look bad.
I'm
It's
excited
just-
for Trigun, but
It's just CG. Like,
Yeah.
why did it's just a choice that they made that seems weird.
the only thing I can relate it to is it must be budget for them.
Yeah, but CG's expensive.
I know, it's like CG is still
Not as
but-
expensive as hand drawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look at the man hours it takes to CG a 5-minute scene compared to fully hand drawn a scene, especially even if it's just a simple scene as two characters standing around talking.
Oh yeah,
In, like, a town.
2D animation is super difficult because you have
Yeah.
to plan every step.
Every scene has to be planned out.
Yeah.
And then if you mess it up, then there's weird things of where somebody pauses it and all of a sudden it's just a giant mess.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what I love about Mob Psycho 2 is it's all like 2D, like there's no CGI in it and it
Yeah.
looks incredible. But it's also very simple, like the art style and everything is very simple, so they
Yeah.
can do so much with it and it looks
See, I have
crazy.
kind of an anime, like I really don't like CGI for the most part. Like that was
Yeah.
one thing I was a little leery about with Chainsaw Man, because when you guys were telling me like it's a mixed animation, I was like, this could go good, this could go bad. Turns
Yeah.
out it went fantastic.
Yeah.
But
I feel like
Then
it does take a minute to get used to it still though. Like
a little bit.
I have
but
a hard time telling when they're switching between the two now.
it's kind
Yeah.
of like I don't know if you ever seen it, but the newer version of Devilman.
Yeah.
The animation is all over the place because the artists were like, yeah, we're just gonna, if we got an artist guest spot and he's gonna do a spot on here.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Chainsaw Man
It's experimental.
Chainsaw
Yeah.
Man CGI was worse. The worst, most noticeable was in like the first episode, I think. When
Mhm.
he first turns into Chainsaw Man, you can
Yeah.
kind of tell it's like a little bit off.
Because it's a night scene too.
Yeah, past that, it's like I haven't noticed it at all. Like
Yeah,
I
me
don't know if
neither.
I'm just used to it or if it's just better
But-
or what.
An
They
example,
probably executed that artist.
an example of like
you're not good enough.
No, like,
You're fired.
the example why I don't like CGI in anime is there's an anime called Tokyo Ravens.
Yeah.
It's a cool show. Like it's about like these people are like from different clans that like their job is to hunt monsters and stuff
Yeah.
like that. All the monsters are like take a Yu-Gi-Oh style monster and then just CGI polygon it against this like
yeah.
cool looking 2D animation. It's horrible.
That's how the new Godzilla Singularity Point was. Is it was all kind of really cool, like hand drawn in a way, but then all the monsters, Godzilla and the robots, were all CGI.
Yeah,
I guess
I get there's certain scenes you need to do that because it just might make it a little easier, but
Yeah.
don't do it.
I can respect the idea of deciding to make a Godzilla story and wanting Godzilla to look as janky as possible.
yeah, I mean,
Godzilla actually looked pretty like legit.
Yeah,
yeah,
that is
if the whole show would have been like that,
But
right?
it
That
was the
is-
fact that there was like a spike. Was it Spikosaurus? Stegosaurus? The ones with the spike.
Yeah.
fins.
That
it's
narrows
supposed-
it down to about 1,000 dinosaurs.
'Cause-
It wasn't even really a dinosaur. It just looked like one.
because they can make the
Yeah.
one model and then
Yeah.
like make it really detailed and then just keep using
Yeah.
it instead of drawing it over and over again. So it does kind of make sense. I
Well-
think the main problem is how they animate it.
Yeah.
Because 2D animation is so choppy because it has to be. You have to have these frames. There's no way you can
Right.
draw that many frames to make it smooth all the
anime
time.
is a little bit more so because it's still traditional.
Yeah. Whereas CGI, you can make it extremely smooth. And that's generally what they do. And that's why it looks so off.
Right.
Because it's like choppy movement. And then it's just like, woo, super smooth, you know? And then the movement along with how shiny and like, you know, rounded and computer
To me,
it
it's not
looks.
even the smoothness
It's
of it.
just-
It's more like there's no rough edges. To
Yeah.
Drawing.
I will give it to the Gundam show that I watched. There was no CGI robots anywhere. It was
Well,
all,
Gundam's really
That is
good at
impre-
that.
yeah. The battle in like the episode 0 was really cool looking because everything was just hand drawn, and I will give it to all the Gundam stuff I've ever seen. Whoever draws the robots puts a ton of love into those.
You ever
things.
watch Gurren Lagann?
I think I watched the first episode.
All right, we need to do a watch through of Gurren Lagann.
Gurren Lagann's really
Okay.
good.
I think we should do a watch after Bunny Girls.
Go
I
back
mean,
Senpai,
they
watch
did
through that.
Edge Runners, so
They did. I will say it's pretty.
it's a little dated in the
Nonsensical.
style. But,
Well, no, the style was actually really good, but it's really nonsensical. But it's a really good show.
well, that's fine. I don't mind
So-
nonsensical. I'm watching a show about a guy that like is sarcastic towards his girlfriend for stepping on his foot, while people.
No, I think he actually
while,
means that
while
one.
people
but-
replicate and like loop time and screw with like the world's life.
so he should be fine with the
Yeah,
throwing
I
of the
mean,
galaxies.
It's actually pretty like within the world. It's just like this is how it is. It's not like it's
Yeah.
not complicated enough to be nonsensical. It's like it
That's
thinks-
kind
these-
of the point.
This is
yeah.
just how it works.
Yeah, I don't mind stuff like that because I mean that's why I.
It's kind of like if you took
don't-
the deep lore of JoJo, how like all of the breathing and stuff works, just be like, it just works.
Yeah.
Now watch us fight.
Yeah, it'd be like Hunter x Hunter if you like none of Hunter x Hunter's stuff was explained. It would
Yeah.
just be like, what the heck?
Why is this man throwing gum
'Cause
at children?
There's
Yeah.
literally a power where a guy punches the other guy, and it's like that didn't do anything. And then suddenly there's this little floating like stuffed animal that's like, "Hello, it's time for the number to go up," and then it goes ching, and the number goes up.
yeah.
And then he's like, "What the heck is this?"
yeah.
And he tries to attack it, does nothing. It's just like, "Hello."
Speaking of Hunter, I was talking to a coworker today, and we got talking about anime, and I
Yeah.
asked him like, "What ones he watched?" He's like, "I watched Hunter x Hunter
Nice.
until the clown," and he's like, "He just made me feel like, ugh."
You know,
I mean,
it's funny.
it's probably the scene where he goes to fight Gon and gets turned on. And it's like a really obvious big moment of him being like, "Oh, I finally get to fight you." That's probably what turned him off
Probably.
the
He
show.
said it's like it made me feel dirty and uncomfortable.
I do find it funny. And I'm so awkward. I came in at the end of that conversation. I was just like, "Oh, I didn't know you watch anime," and I didn't know how to respond. To
Yeah, you're just standing in the hallway.
I
for-
wanted to ask, like, what anime did you watch? I'm just like, I don't even know how to talk to this man.
You're like, okay, so there's Bunny Girl Senpai. It's about this high school
Oh,
girl.
He was explaining to me, he's like, "So what other shows are you watching?" He's like, "I watched this one about this girl that was playing this game and she didn't want to get hurt and maxed our defense."
Before you, I don't want to get hurt, so I maxed out my
That's so
defense.
funny.
Yeah.
That's a great show.
That's what he said. I was like, "I'm not big into isekai." He's like, "Oh, but it's so good."
It is. It's cute and it's amazing. And she turns into this ultimate Lord of Destruction. That's an angel, a demon, and a
People's
mecha
taste-
Godzilla at the same
People's
time.
tastes are so weird. You're just like expecting, like, what would normal people? You'd be like, they probably watch Death Note or like maybe Full
One
Metal
Piece or
Alchemist
something
or
like that.
something. Yeah, and then they're like, oh yeah, this random isekai. Like,
He was also it's like Soul Eater's pretty cool.
wow, that's kind of
All right, I'm talking to this man.
it's pretty epic.
You work with him every day.
I don't really talk to him though. It's kind of like one of those things like, sup?
He's pretty chill.
I'm the one that hands him all the work. So I kind of feel bad sometimes.
I'm the one that goes up and like, "So I know you're busy, but my boss gave this work to me to give to you. So yeah."
I'm more like, I know you're busy, but I need this out in like 10 minutes. Have fun with that.
So, anyways, bunny girls with chainsaws and a little bit of
No, hang on a second. We're not talking about that video game.
what?
Lollipop Chainsaw Massacre.
Man, I don't think anyone even remembers that game.
I do.
I think they just made a remake or like a sequel or something.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Legit? That's
Yeah.
kinda
That
funny.
like fell in the realm of old like Xbox releases like Splatterhouse and like,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something about that time frame where they're like, we're gonna make stuff edgy.
Well, what they were trying to do was God of War was big.
Mhm.
God of War got
Yeah.
followed up with some pretty cool Prince of Persia games.
Yeah,
there was
God of
another-
War was also a game where they're like, we're gonna make
Well,
this edgy.
It set the standard
Yeah.
for edgy, and then no one followed the formula because what
Yeah.
made the edginess work was the story.
Yeah.
The story literally is what made God of
Yeah.
War.
I love-
Lollipop Chainsaw Massacre was like, hey, God of War is cool. That like hack and slash combo thing's cool. And also people like hentai, I guess. Let's like just do that.
They like
Yeah.
cheerleaders,
I like cheerleaders,
zombies. This is great together.
inappropriate Borderlands humor.
Well, and
Yeah.
it also was like at the time, like well, what's that game called where it's like you're the horseman of the apocalypse? Darksiders.
yeah,
Darksiders was popular. There was a game that was like a PS3 release. It was popular. It was called Heavenly Blade.
Yep.
It just there was a lot of games that were big in their time, and there was a lot of cash in
Yeah.
halfway kind of.
The I'm not like other games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
game.
The only
exactly.
game that ever worked out, as far as I know, but then again, it seems like culture now is like, hey, you remember those games that you remember being super ultra popular? Well, they weren't actually, and they just completely bombed, and they were
Yeah.
terrible. It's like, I don't know, but was a game called Brutal Legend. It was with Jack Black and Ozzy Osbourne
What?
made a game.
Oh God.
And it was all like heavy metal fantasy, dark fantasy world, isekai. You become like the lord of metal.
Dude, that's great.
But that like kind of set like a standard too for
Yeah.
like some games. So yeah.
Nice.
But anyways, yeah, chainsaws, bunny girls that distort time and space, and their pervy boyfriends building a harem.
Yep.
Meanwhile, poor Denji keeps losing his harem.
No, he'll
Meanwhile, spies and playing tennis.
We didn't even talk
We
about
didn't
that.
talk
We should
about-
talk about that next week.
Yeah. Spies playing
You
tennis.
should watch Spy X Family.
I
Wait, there's
plan
a
on it.
lot of episodes to catch up on.
I still
Yeah.
plan on it.
It's a really
could
easy
probably
show to
binge
watch
it.
though.
You're a big fan of those shows where you like cover up in a blanket, have some tea, and watch it, right? Like on a Saturday.
And glare out the window at the world.
Yeah. This is a perfect show to do that because it makes
Yeah.
you feel not lonely.
I love shows like that.
It's
I'm not
just-
lonely,
And then
but
you
I love
stop
shows
watching
like
it,
that.
then you realize you're actually not part
Yeah.
of the family, and you're like, I'm lonely.
It's just a fun like show to watch, and that's what's great
See,
about
I
it.
must be weird because when I had to be like locked up during like that little stint of when I had COVID,
Mhm.
I was like sitting there on my last day before I had to go back to work. Like, man, I'm gonna miss this.
See, in a way, I was like that as well. I was like, I don't want to go back to work. I could literally just become an internet celebrity. And go
Okay,
get
what
it.
sealed the deal for me was my family, for the most part, was sick. Like even before I got
Yeah.
sick, and then I went outside. It was during the summer, and I go outside, and one of my dogs comes up and lays next to me. I'm laying on the lawn. My other dog, old dog, comes waddling up, lays on my other side. Then my cat comes out, who never comes outside. Then my other cat, and then they all just laid like next to me. Like, I don't want to leave you guys.
Maybe that's my problem. I'm just a cold, heartless human being that has no animal.
He says that as he would like give you anything out of his apartment in a heartbeat.
No, there's
just
some
discussed-
stipulations.
We just discussed how he needs to learn to say no
Yep.
because he will feed someone like his entire food stock. I'm like, it's okay, I'll go hungry.
No, there's stipulations. Like you can't have like my Asuka like painting or anything.
I'm sure
Yeah.
if I begged you enough and gave you puppy dog eyes and be like, it'll cost me my kidney if you don't. You're like, okay.
I mean, if it costs you your kidney, it's just a stupid painting. Like, geez.
He's such a nice guy. I was like, you can kill half the population,
I
or you can
just-
give me that burrito. It's like, okay, I'll give you the burrito. Oh, he's so nice.
Like, I do not mean this in any way mean whatsoever. Like, you think, like, I'm so cold, but you're such a teddy bear.
Okay, fine. But anyways, I still don't have any pets, which
You
is
know-
probably why I don't get all the pet like people. I don't know.
I don't know. I know we've talked about you getting a fish before, but I can't see laying in the middle of the floor of your house with your fish.
Cuddled.
next
I
to
just
you.
I just have the fish bowl on my chest, like
Guys, I got a
This
fish
is
and
my-
I cuddle with him while I watch the show. You cuddle with him, it's a tuna fish.
It's just as big as me. I just have a little fish bowl on its head. It's like it's
just like
fine.
my tuna flop. I had to go to the hospital. My fish beat me in the face.
It's just a show of affection. It's nothing wrong.
Oh, my fish is dead. No tuna.
Meanwhile, like stray cats outside. Tuna.
2 weeks later, it's like, hey guys, you want some tuna sandwiches?
Can I bring a pet into this apartment? Sure. Okay. The crane will bring it through the roof.
My
Tuna.
tuna died, but I bought a sunfish to replace it.
I bought a whale to replace it.
This one can breathe out of water.
Just you're out on your lawn spraying your whale down with a hose every day.
Yeah.
My front yard, like my 2 feet of front yard, he's supposed to be sitting there.
Every
Just-
day.
Jeffrey, the way.
Remember to wake me up in the morning, Jeffrey.
It breaks all the windows with its sonic. Rides it to work every day. Just
I was gonna say I have to ride it to work. because
This
it
seems
flattened
like
my
an
car with
anime.
its tail.
This seems like an anime. Just like I gotta
my job life infringed on by my pet
pet
whale.
whale.
I was
yeah.
gonna say this is just the anime adaptation of Free Will.
Yeah.
All right, well, with that little side bit out of there, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode.
Chainsaw.
Chainsaw.
Boom, boom.
Chainsaw. Borf.
Oh, also, you need to check out. There's this cool Spy X Family X Chainsaw opening.
Oh yeah, it's
You
sick.
just post it on the Twitter.
I will post it on the Twitter.
And you can't post it on YouTube. That's plagiarism.
It's been making its way around YouTube.
No, I can actually post on YouTube.
You can?
Not post it, but I can do a community post like, "Hey, check this out."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the opening of the Chainsaw Man opening
I
with
think it's called Step Back or Step Up.
it's called Dang, I've been listening to this song like
Me
nonstop,
too.
and I can't remember the name of it.
I'm gonna pull it up real quick.
But yeah, it's got the characters of Spy Family and it's really awesome.
Kick
Well done.
Back.
Kickback, yeah.
Kickback is amazing.
Such a cool song.
I just got that analogy because I've had a chainsaw kick back on me before.
Yeah. One
Ken-
of my favorite openings so far, and it was the one that played, I think, with episode 8 or 9, but it's Deep Down.
Deep down.
It's like the calmer one. I think it played with
Episode
9.
Oh,
Mine
is
had a
it the
pretty
one that
calm
just came
ending.
out?
Yeah.
The Amir
Amir one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
I like
really
that.
good.
That one's good.
So, anyways, boom. Where can they find you?
Oh yeah.
On the
they can-
deep, dark web full of cyber spiders.
well, I'm not gonna disclose my dark web address. but
I'm sure you get so many fans.
nah, they don't want to see those people. Anyways, they can find me at SirBoom9 on Twitter, or of course, I run the Baka-Talk Twitter page, which is Talk Baka, or I also run the YouTube, which of course is Baka-Talk Studios. You can find
No, you can find Pyrolas too.
Yeah, you can technically find Pyrolis, our other co-host that is not here today, at Pyrolis2 on Twitter. But you can find Wheeze at KBW on YouTube,
Yep.
or you can find him at KBW Author on Twitter or
Yep.
Instagram
Yep.
or anywhere else.
Pretty much.
Even the deep, dark web.
You should watch one of his good videos I liked recently. Let's see. It was the Goblin Slayer 2 one was pretty good.
Yeah, I've got that one. That one's my best video ever
Is it?
so far. Yeah.
Okay, I like that one. Of course, you can also watch Ruby Abridged. That's
Yep.
great from him. And then Ramen Cat, you can find him at RamenCat13 on Twitter. You can find him also at Eldritch Quill, where he does art commissions on Twitter. Give this man some work because he's complaining about being broke all the time.
I need to buy a new layer.
Yes. Also, you can find him at OnlyFans at
Not on your
Ramen
life.
feet.
At
Eldritch. Eldritch feet.
Eldritch Feet.
Eldritch feet, not on your life at Ramen Cat.
Yeah, and besides for that, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Oh yeah, you can also, if you liked it enough, just give us a comment, give us a subscribe on YouTube, or you can also email us with a comment what you liked about the episode.
Also, since Pyros is backing me up on this, send pickle pics. Pickles, you sickos. Pickles.
Like actual pickles.
Like
Eat
pickles.
a pickle.
Like
Like
a
a
dill
dill
pickle or a kosher pickle or bread and butter pickles.
Mm.
Pickles.
We are pro pickle on this podcast.
I've
We
been
are
trying to
very
get people to just send a picture of a pickle since I have stepped foot into the podcasting light.
Pickles
That's
are
true.
And no one has done it. It's a simple request,
Just-
people. Just a pickle. A gif of a pickle would be
great.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, you've heard it here, folks. Send a pickle or else Ramen Cat's leaving the podcast.
No, you send a picture of a pickle, I'll attempt to draw an anime character of your choice.
Whoa.
Whoa.
You've heard it here now. Hopefully people are still listening. Anyways, see you all later. Have a good one.
Jam meow.
Goodbye.